Welcome to Transmissions, where we talk all Hasbro, Takara, and third-party Transformers. On this episode, Hasbro is dusting off some old designs for the latest additions to the Legacy Evolution line. We have rumors of a new collaborative line, and there's a new third-party Armada Starscream on the way. Today is Wednesday, March 22nd, 2023, and this is episode 530 of Transmissions.
Welcome to Transmissions, the podcast that tried sending our show to Ukraine via drone over the Black Sea, but lost contact somehow. Let us know if you hear anything. I'm your host, Charles, aka Big C, and I'm joined by the excellent Transmissions team. Jeremy, aka Yakko.
Hey, how's it going?
And Daryl, the Cybertronian Beast.
Howdy. Let's talk Transformers.
Is that a question?
I forgot if that was my thing that I'm supposed to say right in the middle of it.
You shaved and your brain went with it?
That's where my brain is, yeah. Oh my goodness. Let's keep it rolling, Charles. It's a mess. This bus is on fire.
As always, we start the show by thanking our Donatrons, those lovely people who support us on Patreon and PayPal. We appreciate all your support, and thank you for continuing to contribute. If you are not a Donatron and would like to become one, just go to transmissionspodcast.com/support, and that's where you can sign up. We've got lots of membership levels. At the higher levels, you get some merchandise. You get bonus content at all levels. So as little as $1, you get all our extra bonus content that's all linked through our Patreon page. And that includes our bonus show, We Like Big Bots, done by Daryl right there. Do you remember doing that show, Daryl? Do you remember working on that?
Yep, it has been a while, but I do recall. Yep.
So Daryl and Dr. Pants go through a bunch of big bots in their collection, talk about them, gush over them, highlight what they like and don't like about them, look at the different versions, third-party versions, official versions. Lots of cool big bots out there. They've got 10 episodes, each one covering a different big bot, from Devastator to Predaking to other big bots. Six Shot.
Victory Saber. We've done Victory Saber, Six Shot, Overlord. Some really great big bots in there.
Yep. So check that out. It's all on our Patreon page. We've got 10 episodes out. More episodes coming soon, but we are still waiting on Dr. Pants. Hopefully he will get back to us soon. We're, he's still alive. Don't worry. He's coming back. We hope.
Yeah. And he's not sick. He's just swimming. He's swimming around in his basement.
Just keep swimming. In addition to We Like Big Bots, we've got other bonus content from our Transformers Live Play RPG podcast, Empire of Rust. So we just had episode 97 go out in the free feed, but this week we have the bonus version of episode 98. And this is titled, There's No Use Crying Over Magnum's Mistake. Magnum, one of the main characters in Empire of Rust, he makes a mistake. Uh-oh, that's not good. But if you are a Donatron, you get access to this episode right now, early. It's already available from our Patreon page. But if you're not a Donatron, you do have to wait until next week for the regular version of this episode to come out on transmissionspodcast.com/rust. That's where all our regular episodes of Empire of Rust go out. But for right now, if get the bonus one. So, okay. That's all the stuff we got coming down the pike. So let's jump into some toy talk with quick hits.
All right, and we are going to start off this week by talking about a new third-party Armada Starscream, and it was teased at the in the teaser of the show. But this is from Mechanical Shell Studio, and this is their MSS-01 Sirius, the Solo Wing, and like I said, this is a Armada Starscream, and it is very cartoon accurate, and it looks fantastic. It is all sitting here in gray prototype, but looks really quite nice. I'm just trying to decipher the size of it. There's really no way of kind of showing that right now, but it appears to be around maybe Masterpiece to kind of Chug scale, but it looks great. It really does. The weapon it's holding is from. I'm trying to see here. I thought that was from one of the other Armada Starscreams. Oh well, so it's holding Energon like sabers, and those are from the other Armada, the Thrilling 30 Armada Starscream. So I don't know what you're showing that right now. It's the next picture, Jeremy. Oh. There you go, that one. So those weapons are from the Thrilling 30 Armada Starscream, and so we got a comment in here from DJ Ronan. Always getting to us with the deets while we're recording. Thanks DJ Ronan. So he's saying it's 12 centimeters or 4.5 inches. So that I mean he's done the conversion for us, so that's quite nice. Thank you. So that's a good size, about Chug scale, I guess. But yeah, it looks really good. I like the detail on it, and yeah, pretty good. But yeah, that's coming up, and something to look forward to if you were a fan of the Armada line.
All right, next we have from the Taiwanese shop Momo Shop. There's images of new officially licensed G1 Transformers face masks. These are for kids, and they use a lot of the art assets are from actual like classic G1, not the new evergreen design. So I thought that was interesting. But yeah, if you want to buy some face masks from a shop you've never heard of online from Taiwan, there you go.
Okay, well, it looks like the Agora model kit for the 38-inch tall die-cast Optimus Prime is set to be coming out this soon, launching in April. This is, I think we talked about this last year. This is the kit that's going to be sent in 12 one-month installments, so it's like a subscription plan. All these so you'll get a new pack of pieces every month. The first one is $75 for month one, and then every other month is $150. So that comes out to about $1,800 total for this model kit. Okay.
But it's a payment plan.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it is this. So when it's fully assembled, as I said, it's 38 inches tall, which is over 10 inches taller than HasLab Unicron, 11 inches taller than HasLab Unicron. That's pretty big. It's as tall as a toddler. It doesn't transform though. It's a highly articulated model kit, but it does not transform. So
that's
but it
96 and a half centimeters for everyone else in the world. Almost a meter.
Yeah. So this is launching on April 20th, 2023. So that's when you'll get, I guess, shipment one. Shipment one has 85 pieces. And then the next, over 12 months, you'll get the rest of the other pieces. Enjoy for all those who have subscribed. This is a lot, but it does. I mean, it seems like it comes with lots of accessories. It's fully articulated. I can't. I mean, I need to see this thing in person. I can't. I mean, we'll have to wait a year since no one will have a fully assembled thing until next April. But this is
pictures.
Yeah.
So part one is the head, and
apparently,
like some of the chest.
I'm happy with my Lego Optimus Prime. that was about $150, but just by itself. So that was fine. That was good enough. But
All right.
there you go.
Transformers at the Moon on their Facebook page, they've shared some new concept art images for the original Action Master Optimus Prime. And these show like variations where he could use his trailer as an exosuit. And it looks kind of ridiculous with big wheels on his shoulders. And then there's another look here that has kind of more spiky wheels, kind of reminiscent of a Junkion. And then they have a third picture that just has a giant gun. That he's basically wearing this huge gun that they think might be Action Master Elite Optimus Prime. These images all recently sold at auction, but it's great that they're able to have copies of it and share it.
The second one looked a lot like Power Master Optimus Prime.
Yeah, a little bit.
Very cool.
All right, well, that's all our quick hits. So let's move on to our main topics.
All right. And it doesn't happen very often, but I get to talk about some new product picks, and these things came out this week. Pictures of some upcoming items that you'll be able to find at your local stores. These are going to be the first ones. Actually, all of these are actually Walmart exclusives. So start looking at your Walmarts in the next little while. So our first picture that we're looking at here is Jeremy's got up there is G2 Jazz. So you're thinking G2 Jazz. I had a G2 Jazz. This wasn't G2 Jazz. Well, this was an unreleased image that appeared in the Legacy book. And if you've got the Legacy book, you may know what I'm talking about. If you flip to the back, there's a bunch of unused design molds where they picked. There it is right there. There's the picture. And so unused artwork. So this is Jazz. And yeah, so there's a bunch of others that are in this book. And if you've got it, it's very cool. There's let me just see what else is on this list. So they've got Grimlock as well. Where's Grimlock on this list? Is he on this list? Oh, he just appears on the list. There's no picture of him.
We just have a picture of the box. I imagine
do?
Walmart wants to be the one to reveal that.
Oh, I see.
Well, they had their
Okay.
Walmart Collector
Yes.
Con. I don't know why they didn't show that one. At this reveal.
So this is another one of those images that appear in the Legacy book. This is, funnily enough, this is the same color scheme that was a TFCon LA exclusive last weekend. So if you were at TFCon LA and you bought the I think it was Fans Project, it's so this is the yellow and teal Grimlock. It's a very cool color palette as well, but this will be the Studio Series Grimlock that gets recolored and repackaged in Legacy Evolution. We're going to see a lot of these, and my guess is that if you have this Legacy book, flip to those pages in the back there and start checking them out, because there is going to be a lot of other characters that probably get recolors from this. There's a Mirage in there that has a really interesting color scheme as well, which has also been done as a TFCon exclusive already. Also on this list, Toxitron is going to get done, and Toxitron is a very cool character that is appeared in a number of different ways over the years. and most notably, he's been done in like Generation Select or BotCon stuff. I think he was originally a BotCon character.
As a BotCon figure.
Yeah. So, but he's migrated over to the main line here now, and a really great and cool color scheme. And they're using that new Optimus Prime mold that I think was just used as the Santa Claus one or the Christmas Prime.
This is the Scourge.
Oh, is it?
It was the Optimus Prime that they just did a Scourge.
Toy guy.
Even I knew that, Daryl.
I don't have that either one of those, so I don't even know. But yeah. Anyway, so the Scourge one. Cool.
Well, you know Scourge is Jeremy's wheelhouse. He will never mess that up.
It's true. I know that people over at Toy Hacks have already started talking about sticker sheets for this guy, the Toxitron.
He needs some more decals.
Mm-hmm. And also, there's a new one here that I've never heard of before, and this is the Cloud Cover, G2 Universe Cloud Cover, and this is a repaint of the Ramjet mold, and given a new name. And this was also in the book. I don't remember it. It didn't stick out to me. It's very possible that it was in the book too, but some of the other ones like the Jazz and the Mirage and the Grimlock, they stuck out like sore thumbs. But a recolor of a Seeker jet really just it didn't stand out to me. But another Seeker. So yeah, it's very cool. It's a nice color palette, I guess. Nice light one. It could be an auto body, you think, by the look of it. It's not very harsh or very very striking fear into anybody. It's just a nice light color palette, but it looks good.
He blends in with the clouds, so he's
there you go,
ambush you.
Mm-hmm. And lastly, the two that kind of stuck out to me as something that I'm kind of chase, and we've talked about them before. These are the retro colored G1 figures, and these are this is a continuation of that line that they've had. They just started. So originally, the first half of that line, or so far, has been Hot Rod and Starscream appeared in that, and now we're getting. Wait for me to pick one, Jeremy.
Yeah.
We're getting a Hound, and we're getting Hound. We've talked about before because we had leaked pictures come out of him already. So he's being produced, and if you never got yourself a G1 Hound, it's definitely worth picking up. It's a very intricate toy, but you got to imagine this thing came out in Transformers in '84, but it was a Diaclone toy way before that. So, this mold has been around for a long, long time. And so it's a very cool toy, definitely worth your time to pick up. But the colors here are muted, and they're here to be animation accurate. So not much surface detail, just only what the original toy had, but nothing added to it. No chrome, and nothing really added to it paint wise to really, beef it up. Would be nice if it came with stickers, but I don't think it's going to come with stickers either. And then next, we're getting a continuation of the Seekers, and this is going to be Thundercracker. So the exact same mold that we got with Starscream, only in blue. And this is more of a G1 animation accurate blue. And Thundercracker's blue has always kind of been in question. What is the proper blue? Well, I think in the last few years, Hasbro's really settled on it, and it's this one. I don't know what the actual number is for it, the Pantone number, but this is it. So, yeah. And these boxes are closed. There's no window on them. So if you, they do give you is some fantastic art on these boxes. And I believe the artist is Marcelo Mater for I think all of the boxes that are in the retro line. They're great. So, Jeremy, why don't we go to you? What do you think of the G2, kind of line that's going to be like this Walmart exclusive and these retro continuation, and then Toxitron.
Well, that jazz is very orange.
Oh yeah.
It like hurts your eyes, and you can barely see the Autobot logo. So he will not be on my list, but the other ones, Grimlock intrigues me whenever it comes out, but the Toxitron looks nice. I have a couple of Toxitron molds at this point. I'm not really looking for another copy of this mold, the G2 Optimus Prime / Scourge. But it's a great mold, so if you want Toxitron, it's never a bad mold to get. On the retro stuff, Hound and Thundercracker were some of my very early Transformers. And my Thundercracker, like I had a friend basically completely repair Hound probably about 10 years ago now. So my Hound's in good shape, but my Thundercracker is basically just the middle component. No wings, no arms, no weapons, nothing. So I think I might pick up the Thundercracker just to finally have another G1 Thundercracker, because I've got a bunch of Starscreams, but even though it's not the same shade of blue, it'd be nice to have them.
Right on. And Charles, I know you like to have a Hound every now and then. What's your thought on picking up a new Hound?
I never had a Hound, so that might be something I'd be interested in looking at. Although the pricing for these, I know it's 2023. The pricing for these guys is a little bit exorbitant for what they are, but if I saw this in a Walmart, I might be tempted to pick it up. Although I do still question the branding for Hound. Okay, he was in one background frame of Transformers the movie, but he had no speaking lines. He did nothing. It's G1 Hound. You could say like G1, animated series Hound. I question the branding for Transformers the movie for Hound. But whatever. The art's nice. The art's still nice, so that's fine. Thundercracker is a pass for me. I just don't need a bunch of Seekers. I don't collect Seekers, so I've already got a couple of Seeker molds. I don't need any more. But I do like that they still include a Megatron gun with them, so that's nice that you're not losing anything if you pick a Thundercracker over a Starscream if you wanted to pick that up. The G2 mold characters, it's kind of a pass for me on those two. Like Jazz, that orange is not appealing to me. I like the color orange, but this is too much orange for me. But for people who like it, it's fine. But yeah, it's, and this is the Studio Series mold, right? For this
That's
Jazz, right. Yeah. So I think it's a good mold. I don't have it myself, but it seems like people are happy with this mold. But yeah, that orange and the two-tone orange, like reddish orange and orange, not good. The cloud cover,
the 90s.
It never came. Even then they knew it was bad because they didn't put it out. It was unreleased, right? They were like, "No, we can't do this. No one will buy this." The cloud cover is fine. Also, again, a Seeker. I have plenty of Seekers. It's a pass for me. I don't need any more Seekers, especially like random unreleased Seekers. And the Grimlock also is, it's fine, but I would rather have the original color scheme. And Toxitron looks good too, but I am not like a big Scourge guy, so I don't need to pick up the Toxitron. But So yeah, it's kind of a miss for me, but I hope someone out there is interested in all the G2 stuff. But for me, it's kind of superfluous. But
from a distance, the back of the Toxitron box looks like something from Nickelodeon.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, for me, I tend to agree with you as far as the G2 stuff goes and the Toxitron. I'm not into those color schemes all that much. I love the idea that they were unreleased and they're coming out now. But that retro line, even though I own original copies of the figures, it gets me. It gets me right in the heart, and I'm getting it. I'm probably gonna pick them up, And a Hound. I gotta say, for people out there who are like, Hound, whatever, I'll get an original Hound. An original Hound with unbroken mirrors is like impossible to find. It is one of the most broken figures that I've found through my years of working with, the toys in the store that I help out at. This figure is broken like all the time.
Well,
so to be able to
always breaks.
Oh, yeah, people don't realize that you have this little door that Jeremy just highlighted, this little step thing here, that you have to turn it when you transform it, and people they don't, and they break it off. This figure gets broken so easily, and honestly, I have less faith in the construction materials they're using to build these figures now than they did back in the 80s. So this figure's probably less durable. And it's just, I'm going to buy it. I may never open it, but I'll have it, knowing it's in the box still. It's my Schrodinger's
we're more careful. We're more careful these days, right? We're more,
sure.
We can handle our toys better, right? Keep them in better shape.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, that's our one topic. Next topic. This is the topic for wild speculation, because we've got some rumors for the new Transformers collaborations, because these were all toy listings found. So we don't know what they are. They're all code names. One is Project JoJo with an estimated release on October 1st. Project Waffles, estimated release July 1st. Project Island, November 1st. And Project Francis, also October 1st. No other information about these figures, so we have no idea what these are. So that is our opportunity for wild speculation. The only one that, you can, if you want to try to derive anything from the name, I guess if you are into the anime JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, maybe there's a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure crossover with Transformers. My son just got me started watching that show, so I know a little bit about it. I have not finished the series though, so I think we're on season 4 or something, 3 or 4. We're in the Josuke arc for anyone who's watching who is familiar with the show. So, but yeah, other than that, I don't know. I got nothing. Daryl, you got any speculation on what these potential collaborations could be?
I think the bigger hint here, other than the name, the names are supposed to lead us astray. The bigger hint here is the per case numbers. Mm-hmm. So JoJo is 2 per case, as well as Island, and then Waffles and Francis are 4 per case. So the cases tend to stay around the same size, but the size of the figures differs, as we all know. So JoJo and Island are likely larger figures to take up such a large amount of room in the case. So are they commander class figures? Are they something along the lines of the Jurassic Park collaboration where it's 2 in one large box or something like that? Something. It's a big box is all I'm saying, is to both JoJo and Island are large boxes. Waffles
A big
and
box or a
Francis-
big bot?
Both.
I think you're onto something here. So I'm looking for more, larger items to kind of pair with Transformers for those two. But frankly, I can't. There's literally nothing to put these two together. When we figure out what it's gonna be, then we'll be like, oh yeah, I see it now. But
do you think that these are all the same collaboration or 4 different ones?
That's another good one, right? Because you've got July, then 2 in October and 1 in November. So they're all coming out fairly quickly, one after the other. So it could be that, they all could be together as one, large release or one large set. But honestly, I don't really know. There's nothing here for me to kind of jump on. The only thing I can kind of think of is that, they hinted that Transformers and Magic the Gathering wasn't done. They seem like they were going to do more of that. And Island is an integral part of Magic the Gathering. But none of the others make any sense for that. So, yeah, anyone's guess is as good as mine.
Jeremy, you're anyone. You got any guesses?
I don't know. I mean, I think the JoJo anime is probably too obscure for a mainline collaboration. I mean, look at what we've had. Although the Universal Monsters is, that was kind of obscure too. I don't know. I mean, when I was looking, I was seeing a lot of people in some of the threads thinking the Island one could be a Kong, and they could reuse the Primal mold. Who put out the Kong movies though? Because if it's not Paramount this year, I doubt they would do something with another studio.
I think the Kong and the recent Kong and Godzilla movies were Warner Brothers, I think, because they went to HBO Max. Like the Kong versus Godzilla went to HBO Max.
So I guess who knows what's going on with Warner Brothers?
Yeah.
I could see an Eggo crossover with the waffles. That'd be fun. Who doesn't love the old classic McDonald's transforming toys or the transforming food? Let's get some official transforming Eggos. But I like Daryl said, it's hard to guess at this point. But I do like that we're getting 2 probably bigger figures and 2 smaller ones.
Do you remember who the villain was in the first Deadpool movie?
No.
Charles?
No, I don't.
Say my name.
Oh, is it Juggernaut?
No.
Francis.
Francis.
Oh.
Could be a Deadpool figure, a Transformers Deadpool. It's been done before with Shattered Glass Drift.
You need Marvel's approval for that.
Well, they make Marvel toys, so
the Transformers X-Men, they did it already.
That's true.
Well, I mean, we haven't really talked about this in a while. What collaborations would you like them to do?
I mean, they've gone completely off the board. Like anywhere where anybody thought they'd do, they've gone way outside of that, realm of. I mean, we all kind of thought they'd stick to like standard vehicles and just kind of doing like, Back to the Future, A-Team, Dukes of Hazzard, right? Mm-hmm. I think Dukes of Hazzard's kind of canceled now, but that was Dukes of Hazzard was on that list for quite a long time.
Here's the Confederate General Lee Transformer. He's an Autobot.
He's an Autobot, but he just don't talk to him about his politics. There's all Knight Rider, Airwolf. There's all these awesome shows that had vehicles, make as prominent parts of them, and these are all prime candidates. But we've gotten some really great ones. Like I'd have never thought. I'm literally looking at my pile of collaborative stuff right now. I never ever would have thought we would have gotten a Top Gun, collaborative thing. Like that's crazy sauce, but it's been done, right? So you got to start looking at like current movies coming out in, October, November, July, right? Like, look at these things.
What about Fast and the Furious?
It's totally possible.
It's possible.
It's very possible.
Coming out.
It's ridiculous that it's possible, but it is.
Well, so Ghostbusters and Back to the Future were the two that I really wanted, and I got both of them, which is crazy. But yeah, you're right, Daryl. They are tied they're either tied to anniversaries or current movies. Like Ghostbusters and Back to the Future had milestone anniversaries, and they got those collaborations out. The Jurassic Park had a new movie that came out. Top Gun had a new movie that came out. And then, of course, G.I. Joe, Hasbro owns G.I. Joe, so they're going to keep doing collaborations with that. So, yeah, if there's a new movie coming out that could be tied in, that makes sense. Fast and the Furious is definitely a good guess, a good candidate. So that makes sense. Unfortunately, I think all the 80s things that we thought were awesome and loved, I think they're not in the cultural zeitgeist anymore, and no one cares about it. Like Knight Rider, no one's talked about Knight Rider for a long time other than us. So I would love a Knight Rider Transformer, but unless there's going to be a new Knight Rider show or movie coming out, it's probably not going to happen. Airwolf, A-Team, same thing. A-Team had a movie like 10 years ago, but yeah, A-Team is kind of off the radar now.
Not very good.
Yeah.
So coming out in July 2023, we have Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1, Haunted Mansion. If they wanted to do a Disney collaboration, Barbie,
Transforming House.
I could see with the way some of these collaborations have gone, the Barbie movie. Oh no! Sorry, that's Mattel. Never mind. They would never do that.
No, yeah, that's not going to happen.
Never mind. Let's see. What's in October?
I looked up October. October really only has the big one is Kraven the Hunter. That's a Sony project. So it's barely Spider-Man. There's Exorcist.
November has a Godzilla film, Untitled Toho Godzilla film, and November is Project Island.
Well, but that's the if that's Toho, that's the Japanese release. I don't think they're going to promote the. Maybe if it's Takara does a collaboration, but for Hasbro, I think they'd want an American movie release.
Mm-hmm. Isn't nope, that's
Marvels
not.
Comes out in November.
Marvels does, yeah. Yeah, so there's a lot of good movies that are coming out in those months, but nothing that's standing out is definitely this is a strong possibility.
They need to be a little bit less obtuse with their code names.
Why aren't your code names obvious so we can decode your code so easily?
That's right.
I did like DJ Ronan's idea of Mega Maid, but I think we need a Spaceballs reboot or re-release or something to.
We need a Mega Maid before Mel Brooks dies.
I would have. A Mega Maid has been something I've wanted for such a long time.
Why is there not a third-party Mega Maid?
Really? Yeah, exactly.
Whose IP is that infringing?
A lot of.
The Statue of Liberty.
Statue of Liberty is public domain.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
But it's also like fringe Star Wars. It's also whatever Mel Brooks publishing house is under. Like it's, yeah. Oh, Waffles, Stranger Things. That's like another good one. Yep. What the hell would they do?
Yeah, what vehicle was in Stranger Things? Any iconic vehicles in Stranger Things? Or is it a Gorgon that turns into a robot?
Got what's his nuts' police truck. Drove that for all 5 seasons. Sure. But they've got the we got to start thinking also in the terms of the Beast Wars characters too. So can bring some of those guys back in movie form.
Yeah,
anyway.
that the Beast Wars animal that had the giant plant Venus flytrap for a head. Just repaint that and it's a Gorgon.
Yeah.
Bring back Botanica.
There's an idea. Yeah, there's an idea.
I think we need people to send in their ideas of what it could be.
Right in with your best pitch for Transformers collaborations for these 4 code names. All right, I think we've milked this topic dry.
For this week.
Yeah. Stay tuned. All right, let's move on to trips to the store.
The Transmissions Podcast will return after these messages.
And of course, Trips to the Store is brought to you by our friends at TeePublic and our merchandise store, where you can get all of our Transmissions themed merchandise. Cool shirts like the one Jeremy has. I do not. This you could get shirts like this, but not exactly like this because this is not one. But look at Jeremy's hoodie. That's a cool Tape Man hoodie, and Daryl's shirt too. Cool. Good job, Daryl.
It could be a hoodie too.
Just go to Transmissions. Go to transmissionspodcast.com/shop, and that's where you can access our TeePublic store. Also, if you buy anything from TeePublic through our link, that helps us out. So you don't have to buy a Transmissions shirt, but if you do, it gives a little bit more. Of course, TeePublic always has sales going on, so make sure you check out TeePublic when there is a 35% off sale going on. But make sure you use our link, transmissionspodcast.com/shop. Okay, let's get onto the stuff we got this week. Jeremy was out in the wilderness all week, so didn't pick up anything.
Nope.
So we'll start with
the
Daryl.
cave I was in does not have any Transformers.
Aw. All right, Daryl, you're up.
We're glad that Cocaine Bear didn't find you.
Yeah.
I watched that this weekend, and it's lives up to its name. It's about as good as the name suggests.
Was there a bear doing cocaine?
Yes.
It's not false advertising.
But I liked it. It was good. It was fun.
Sometimes you need
it was dumb. I only got one thing this week, and it's a figure that I have. It's like recolor of, but I never got this version of. But I saw it show up at the store, and I'm like, I'm gonna pick that one up because I think this is the superior coloring. This is a Generations figure, Voyager, and it is Bludgeon.
Oh,
so yeah, this is the. I think this was maybe the first time they redid Bludgeon after G1. I'd have to, you can check my math on that, but yeah, it's Bludgeon had kind of not seen any love since G1, and then he kind of showed up here, and he's a samurai with a skull face. My God, this camera. There we go. And yeah, so he's awesome, and I love this thing. The tank mode is actually really good, and I like that quite a lot. And when I first was getting back into Transformers, I missed this release, but I did get his repaint, like I said, and it's Banzai-tron. So, and Banzai-tron doesn't have historically doesn't have an alt mode, but did in this case. But yeah, so then when this thing showed up and it's complete with its sword and dagger, I picked it up. So yeah,
I have that same figure.
Do you? Yeah, it's a good one. The transformation is it's a little finicky, but it works really well. And then the sword, most of the time you're going to get a sword and the sword's going to be all bent because of the fact that you have to insert it into the tank barrel there. But this one is pretty good. So yeah, pretty happy with this. It's a great figure. Definitely of its era. So the arms are pretty spindly. But I like it. I like it a lot. Bludgeon.
Nice. Of course, now that takes us to the era where Bludgeon merges with his Pretender Shell. So his tank alt mode with his Pretender Shell robot mode, and his inner robot mode never exists anymore. So,
I mean, to be fair, who really cares about his inner robot shell?
That's true. All right. I got a new figure, and this is from the Studio Series line. It's a little guy. Studio Series Decepticon Rumble. And I like how, because, Hasbro traditionally releases their figures. The blue tape cassette figure is usually Frenzy in the toy releases. He's only Rumble in the cartoon, the G1 cartoon. But since this is Studio Series, they make sure to indicate this is Rumble and he's blue. So there's no Frenzy is blue, Rumble is red. There's no confusion. It's just, this is blue. Rumble is blue. It's blue. In case you were wondering, it's Rumble and it's blue. So
next, they'll have a line similar to Studio Series for comic releases. And
yep.
We'll say Rumble Red.
Rumble Red. Yep.
They're just messing with the fans at this point.
Yep.
So I believe.
Joke.
There you can see. So I haven't opened it to mess around with it, but it is open, so you can see the figure inside there. Although I guess I need to shine a light in there. It's kind of not easy to see, but there he is.
I need light piping in my box.
Yeah, I can just poke a hole, then there's your light piping, right? Although he has a little diorama in there too, just like the bigger figures. So, yeah.
What store did you find him at?
Target. So, and it is. I think this is the radar dish from Blaster's tower. So he's cracking the shell and then cracking the nuts inside. So, there you go. That's what I got. And that's it for trips to the store. So we'll move on to convention news.
We now return to the Transmissions Podcast.
All right. We have one thing in convention news this week, and that is this weekend, TF Nation is having their mini-con in Manchester. So if you are in the UK and you normally go to TF Cons, you're probably aware of this. But if you aren't, check it out. They're going to have some fantastic guests such as Ed Perry, Nick Roach, Chris Carter, and some colorist named John Paul Bove. Yeah. But it looks like it is sold out, so too late. if you don't have a ticket, sorry. If you do, just here's a reminder. But yeah, I just looked in, sold out. But I love that they're doing this though. Little one-day cons are great.
Very cool.
Something TFCon has been doing for a while. They just don't call them TFCon.
Cool. Okay, well, that will do it for this episode of Transmissions. As always, we end the show by giving a shout out to our Masterpiece Donatrons. So thank you once again to John Forex Levengood and Demon Tech 82. You guys are amazing, and we really appreciate that you continue to support us at our highest level on Patreon, and that's why we give you a shout out in every episode. So thank you again. Before we go, I do want to remind you, I think I forgot last week, but I do want to remind you, we still have our Toy Hacks code. So if you are looking to buy anything at Toy Hacks, you can use our code TM1234 for 15% off all your orders at toyhacks.com. So if you do get that retro release Hound and you want some stickers for it, make sure you use our code at toyhacks.com and get a discount. So remember, 15% off toyhacks.com, and that's your entire purchase. So buy as many stickers as you want. You still get the 15% off at TM1234. That's the code. Cannot be combined with other codes or other discounts, but you can use it with your Robo Points if you have Robo Points at toyhacks.com. So take advantage of it. And take advantage of watching this show every week. So thanks again for watching and listening to Transmissions. We will see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Later.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Transmissions. If you'd like to join the conversation, travel to our Discord channel at transmissionspodcast.com/Discord. Want some cool transmission swag? Feast your eyes on our transmissions gear at transmissionspodcast.com/shop. If you'd like to support our podcast, go to transmissionspodcast.com/support or tell your friends about our show. We'll see you next time.